All right, the Tao Daily Tarot just around the corner, of course, but let's do a little heads up for you. The overall temperature of this energetic weather report is by the book. But don't read anything into it because you're going to have to write your own book. And to help you write your own book, you have to pay attention to these two cards. All righty? We'll fill in all the details coming up in just a moment. Hello and welcome to this latest Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for being here, whether you're a first-timer, long-timer, or whether you happen to be a cross-watcher. Everybody is welcome to this rather unusual tarot reading. What makes it unusual is something very simple. First of all, it's archetypal. I take a look at the images on the card, read them. It's an 8-card spread using 4 decks, but only 8 cards because the Tao is the simplest, most direct path. Okay? We keep that in mind. Also, because we're using the Tao philosophy, I focus on energies. I do not predict. There are too many variables. When you say love to somebody, it means something different to every single person. When you say money or possessions or values to people, it means something different for everybody. So what I focus on instead is the energetic weather report. It's no different than, let's say you live in a place where the climate is variable. Is it going to be sunny today? Is it going to be cloudy? Is it going to be windy? Is it going to be rainy? Or is it going to snow? Are we going to get a tornado? All kinds of these things mixed together. So rather than predict and put you in a box, dependent upon the actions very often of someone else, what I do is I give you this energetic weather report. You know what the conditions are like. And these energetic energies affect everybody on the planet. The application of them is what's different. And that's where I give you the power. I also do something called the hyper shuffle, and I try to get this into about a 10-minute window. Because you got a busy life. You have things to do, people to see. It doesn't make any difference what's going on in the outer world. You have a life to live. And 10 minutes, give or take a minute or so, depending on the cards, you can fit in easily into your life. By the way, before I get off and running on this thing, for sure, I want to remind you, like, subscribe, ring that bell. Very, very important for the folks at YouTube to know that you're interested in this Tao Daily Tarot. Now, I mentioned something called the Hyper Shuffle just a moment ago. I'm talking about this. We begin. Let me show you what it's like. And there you go. That is the very quick Hyper Shuffle. Let's get to the Tao Daily Report, the Tao Daily Tarot reading, this energetic weather report. And we begin keeping in mind this is an energetic weather report. This is the overall temperature. This is the oracle card that says, by the book. Don't read too much into that idea, by the book. Very often I find it comes out meaning just the opposite. Don't do it by the book, because the book was given to you by somebody else. They benefit. You often do not. But that's the overall temperature in this energetic weather report by the book. Keep that in mind as we go. Alrighty, so we go to the first energy side here, coming and going. We got the 6 of Cups. Cups, love, okay, attraction, affection, good. 6 says it goes back in time. Now, it could be an individual, could be somebody coming into your life from the past, but it could also be an idea, more likely a feeling, since the cups are feeling. It might be that you are digging into the past, remembering what it was like at some other point in time, remembering how it felt. If you're talking about a person, or you're talking about a situation, doesn't make any difference. You are going to the past and pulling out a feeling about someone or something because it gives you comfort, okay? Remember, by the book. That's the overriding theme here. We move from there, the 6 of Cups, to the Star. Every time I see this card, I think of the song When You Wish Upon a Star. The star is healing, ultimate healing. And you see her pouring water into the pond and onto the land. There is a healing, soothing effect in the star. And it's kind of interesting how the star very much coincides with the Six of Cups. When you wish upon a star, you may be taken back. Maybe a person, maybe a time, maybe a feeling. But that feeling, that person, that time period in your life, that is the beginning of healing for you. We move now to the energies of pushing and pulling, and we go to Seven of Cups. Again, feelings, emotions. And you may at this point have a lot of mixed emotions about a person, a situation in your life, something, somebody. Really just all over the place. To the point where it's absolutely confusing and very likely it just locks you in place. And I might say in a very unhappy place. Because you can't make up your mind. You know you have to. You have to make a decision. But you can't. Too many choices. As Monty Python would have said, too many tubs of slaw. And that's what's so confusing. And maybe it's going back in time that will clear that up. Going back to that person, that place, that feeling. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups. Very likely that is the case. And then when you have the star with the water or the emotions or the intuition, you know where you have to go. There's something very important about what you are recalling from your past, whether it's a person, a situation, a certain time in your life. And it's really critical because you are now looking forward. You're looking for enthusiasm. You're looking for passion. You're looking for excitement. You're looking for positivity. You're hopeful because, as you can see, he has that globe in his hand and he is looking at it and looking out. You know that to go forward, you know that to go into the future, you have to get back the enthusiasm. And to do that, you're going to have to eliminate all of the choices, the dizzying possibilities. They may not even be good choices. They're just possibilities. But there's enough of them out there that you are absolutely confused. So that's why you go back to the past, to that person, place, or thing, and that's going to be where your healing lies. Okay, so there's a really definite emotional connection here. And that's good. We move to our first magnifier card, and we get to the Eight of Swords. Now, this isn't necessarily the best depiction I've seen of the Eight of Swords, but you can see just by looking at the card, if she took off the blindfold alone, she would see that she could go in between the swords and get out easily. But she does not take off the blindfold. She does not free herself up. And so swords being thoughts, words, it's her thoughts and words that are imprisoning her, but she's doing that to herself. All she has to do is take off the mask. And I think that's what that Six of Cups is all about, going back into the past, allowing you to remove or review something, see it in a different light, so that you can free yourself. And we continue now with the second magnifier, also in swords, the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is perceptive, very clever, very realistic in her expectations, and very straight talking. Remember, swords are words, are thoughts. And that's the place that you have to get to, where you are talking to you very clearly. But to get to clearing up those thoughts, you have to take the emotional route. You have to go back into the past for your healing. Doesn't mean reliving the past, by the way. Okay? Does not mean that. What it means is reflecting back into the past, person, place, or thing, taking that emotion, bringing it forward. Because right now, and here's the vice versa deck, forward this morning. You see the 4 cups just hanging there, and yet there's no excitement, no enthusiasm. That's kind of the way you feel. Yeah, there are possibilities out there. Yes, I know. I want to feel. I want to feel love. I want to feel passion. I want to feel enthusiasm. I want to feel, period. But I can't. I'm in a place right now where I can't. And it's very frustrating, very disappointing. And that's where you find yourself at this point. And I would suspect that in some way in your life, world events, especially if you are paying attention to world events, you might feel I'm never going to be happy again. I'm never going to be enthusiastic again. I'm never. That's why I have to go back to the past, this person, place, or thing. I have to connect. I have to remember what that felt like. Because right now, I'm numb. I'm not feeling anything. So rather than go by the book that they handed you, instead, you have to write your own book. And you know that. And you know that. And the journey begins in the past. Remember how it felt to you. Then bring that forward. That's the reading for today. It's a very, very positive reading. I like it, especially with the full moon in Scorpio just a few days down the road. Positive stuff. Hey, remember, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Very important to help build this tarot channel. I cannot do it without you. Thank you. So I'll be back tomorrow with another new tarot reading. I do a brand new tarot reading every single day, 365 days a year. If we happen not to hook up tomorrow, well, I'll miss you. But we will soon, and when you and I next get together, talk tarot, between now and then, blessings.